Alright, thanks for tuning in again, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope I can help you learn in some things. Today I'm going to try a little bit different. I'm going to put this box right here. See if this works so I can play along with it. Box right here. I forgot to push the button. So there it is. It should come up. You should see it. Today we're going to do Peggy-O. As you can see, this is a Terrpain instrumental outtake. Didn't make the album, but it made it on the studio outtakes. And they go through taking solos in this. Bob takes the first one, Jerry takes the second one, Bob takes the third one, Keith takes the fourth one, and then Jerry kind of fades out on it. But I'm going to play along with it first so you can kind of see the playthrough, like I always do. And then we'll break it down to how he does it. can see, it kind of starts to repeat himself after a while. But these licks are good practice for doing different harmonies on the same thing. And same lick, different harmony, you know? That's kind of the basis of what he's trying to get at right here. So let's go back to the beginning. Right from the beginning, you can hear he's starting to do an arpeggio. The classic up strum on the bob strum. So when you go A, so the chords are A to D to A, C, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D, A again, and then F sharp minor, A, D, back to A. As you can see, I wasn't really doing these chords fully like this. Only sometimes does he really strum a full chord. It's mainly when Jerry's soloing. He goes back to the chords, but he always kind of does this little arpeggio with it. And he starts it right from the beginning. So the A that I do in the beginning is... 5 at the 7. And then I have to jump up to this D. Emphasize that 1. The emphasis is on this... The 1 for the A, and it's the 5 for the D. Okay, so you hear that lick right there. He does it twice. This one's a little bit different than how he does it in the rest of the song. This one is a quick, he waits to, and then he does 7 to 6 on the G, pull off the 7, or hammer on the 7, 6, 7, 6, 9, 7. And I'm only strumming this when I hit the 6 and when I hit the 9. You can even not strum the 9. Strum the 9 when you slide it up to the 11. Then after that he hits this 9 on the G. Because the chord is C sharp minor, emphasizing that minor. Back up to D, and you're emphasizing that 5 again. And then he goes. There it was. Kind of thing where you're going just hammer on into it, back into the 11. Is kind of a palm mute. So same kind of thing you were doing on, same thing, just on the string above it. And you just go. Back up, restart. And it's kind of a palm mute. C sharp note. This pinky hits the E note. So now he's going up to this next inversion of this A, putting on the 5 for the A. Now the emphasis is this 5 instead of he's up here in this one. Hammer on that minor third and major third on the D. Either go back to this A with the major third on the bottom, or this A. I typically go back to this A, because then he goes. Now you're doing the same lick you were just doing, but just up here. And then you have an F sharp minor right here. So you're basically just doing cowboy chords. Kind of doing that, but up here. And he does this thing, instead of just hitting a 5, he bends up this flat 5 into it. You can kind of hear him bending it. Right there, kind of he hits it and then hits the flat and bends that up. So that's 17, and then bending the 16 up to the 17. Back to the D. So he goes real quick, and then he does this little hammer on from the 5 to the 1. Hammer on the A, and then you just have the triad. Hammer on the 12 to the 14 on the D string. That's the little trick he does right there. Kind of go back to that same like you were just doing before. And then he puts the 9 on the D. Back to A. Just strum A until Jerry comes in. Jerry steps on that distortion pedal, and that's when his solo starts. He's still kind of doing, it's kind of bob on the, he's on the up strum always. Let's listen to this, because he's still kind of accenting behind Jerry. You'll hear his notes behind Jerry. Jerry's very distorted and Bob's is very thin. Right there, you can hear Bob's trying to accent whenever Jerry's not really prominently strumming, you know? It's all that little, when there's a big gap right there. And that's just accenting the 5 and the C sharp minor from the F sharp minor. taking off the minor in that, going down to the 5 in the C sharp. That's the thing about it. He's kind of picking these weird notes that Jerry wouldn't pick. You know, Jerry's doing this very singular thing while Bob's just kind of accenting the thing behind him that's not really being accented to accent him. Okay, now you can see he's kind of doing the same thing that he was doing. And he quickly does this little, and then he goes back into. It's like, it seems like he was gonna do this, but he chose to do this little. Instead of doing sus4 3 2 1, he does 5 flat 5 6 5. No, 7 1 7 1 major 7 6 5, which usually you would do in E, but he does this in A. Down to the A when you end the verse, bend that 3 down to 4, and then let it go. Kind of restart with the same chord. These are when you start to just do straight chords. Always add in that lick though. You'll hear that almost every single time. I thought it was Phil, but then you'll hear a deeper tone underneath that, which makes me know it's Bobby. This part right here, he adds in this little different single note walk up. I'll show you. Right there he goes. That high A. So he kind of accenting it differently. He kind of has like this reggae kind of. And then he just takes off the 5, slides it up a full step on the D string, slides it down a half step, then back up on the G string. Hitting that D string one more time before you hit the G string. Go down a half step for that C sharp. That lick again. Back up at that very softly playing chord. Right there, he kind of hits that 5 on the top instead of this one. It's on the C sharp right there. Kind of repeating himself now. So yeah, right there he kind of starts repeating himself, adding in the same inversions. I kind of just wanted to get that in there. I hope this video works like this. I'm going to be doing more live shots with this little cube if this works out. Kind of show you the hands that I'm seeing when I'm watching these videos, and we can kind of decipher them together. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and more to come as always.